Hanji, what is law of demand? Law of demand is there is inverse relationship between price and demand. Price and demand, keeping other things constant. Now, what does keeping other things constant means? What are these other things? Other things are price of related commodities, price of related commodities, income, fashion, government policies, taste, technology, habits. That means all those factors which affect the demand. Do you know what are the various factors which affect the demand? If income of consumer will be high, then demand will be high. If consumer is habitual of purchasing anything, that means taste and habits, then demand for that product will be more. Then government policies. If government policies are like that, that government give incentives on savings, then demand will decrease because people will save more due to more incentives on savings. Similarly, future expectations of prices. If there are expectations that prices will increase in near future, then people will purchase things today. That means because let it be prices of petrol that will increase in near future, then what happen? And do you know that if government announce that there will be hike in petrol prices next day, then there is rush on the petrol pumps. Why so? People try to fill their vehicles with fuel because they want to save even a little bit. Maybe one car tank that is I think filled by only 50 liters, and if there is hike of 2 rupees per liter, then people will save 100 rupees on filling of a tank. That's why there is rush on petrol pumps, that people are expecting that prices will increase tomorrow. Therefore, they are purchasing that commodity, that is fuel, that is petrol today, right? If there are expectations that prices will increase in near future, then people consume today. And if there are expectations that prices will decrease in near future, then people postpone their consumption. And we assume all these things, price of related commodities, income, taste, habits, government policies, future expectations as constant while studying law of demand. If we study that there is inverse relationship between price and demand, it will be successful only if all these factors will be constant. That is price of related commodity. That is, let it be, there are two type of holdings, that is, let it be Coke and Pepsi. If prices of Pepsi decreased, but prices of Coke decreased more than prices of Pepsi, then what will be effect on demand? It will not increase. Effect demand of Pepsi will not increase because the prices of Coke have increased more than have decreased more than prices of Pepsi. That means related prices of related commodity that affected the prices of given that affected the demand of given commodity. Prices of related commodity means price of Coke here, and demand of given commodity means demand of Pepsi here. According to law of demand, if price of Pepsi decreased, then demand for Pepsi should be increased. But since price of Coke also decreased that even more than price of Pepsi, therefore demand for Pepsi hasn't increased, but the demand for Coke has increased. This is the effect of change in price of related commodity. That is law of demand that we violate if any factor, that is any other thing, all these factors, they will change. Similarly, let the prices of commodity that increased, so demand should decrease according to law of demand, but let it be income of consumer also increased. If income of consumer increased, then he will purchase more even though prices have increased. That means law of demand there it will fail, because with increase in prices, demand hasn't decreased because income has changed. That means this clause, until and unless, keeping other things constant, this is not just applicable. This is not until and fulfilled, until and unless this is not fulfilled. Law of demand, this clause can't be fulfilled appropriately, right? That means law of demand states that ceteris paribus means keeping other things constant, there is inverse relationship between price and demand. And how will I represent it in tabular form? Tabular representation of law of demand, this will be like, I am taking price and demand, let it be prices in rupees and demand is in units. In units. Now, as I have already explained the individual demand curve, this tabular representation or demand schedule will be same as that of individual demand schedule. Let it be prices 2, 3, 4, 5, and demand that varies 10, 8, 6, 4. That means as the prices increase, demand of a given commodity that decrease. This is tabular representation of law of demand. Tabular representation of law of demand. Similarly, we can present it graphically. In graphical representation, just a minute. Tabular representation of law of demand. Then next is graphical representation of law of demand. For graphical representation of law of demand, we will draw a graph showing the relationship between price and demand. On y-axis, I am taking price. On x-axis, I am taking demand. And at different levels of price, this is the quantity demanded. When price is OP1, quantity demanded is OQ1. When price is OP2, quantity demanded is OQ2. This is price on y-axis. OP1 price, OP2 price. When price is OP1, quantity demanded is OD1. When price is OP2, quantity demanded is OD2. And if we join these 2 points A and B, this will be demand curve. Now, all of you must be thinking that I am saying that it is a demand curve and drawing that it is a straight line. It is not necessary that it is always a straight line. It can be like this also. It can be like this also. Just a minute. It can be like this. I can demand curve. It can be drawn this, like this also. Demand curve, right? This is graphical representation of demand curve. It is quantity demanded on this side. Quantity demanded. quantity demanded.